Nanally versus Lacrimosa. This is the debate I've been seeing everywhere in the NTE community ever since version 1.1 launched. And today I'm going to break it down as honestly as possible so you can clearly understand how these two characters differ and who performs better in different situations. Before we get into the analysis, if you enjoy in-depth character comparison videos like this one, make sure to subscribe right now. My channel is still in its early stages, and every single subscription genuinely means a lot in helping me continue creating more high-quality content. Alright, let's get started. First, let's put both characters into the proper context. Nanally is an S-Rank anima character with the Arc Plasma attribute, released in version 1.0 when the game launched in late April 2026, and she was the very first limited banner character in NTE. Lacrimosa is an S-Rank Chaos character with the Arc Liquid attribute, released in version 1.1 in early June 2026. Both are DPS units, but they are built around completely different design philosophies, and that is the central focus of today's comparison. When it comes to base stats, Nanally's biggest highlight at maximum level is her exceptional defensive capability compared to other S-Rank main DPS characters. This natural layer of durability gives her a significant advantage in combat, allowing her to remain remarkably sturdy and resilient when diving into close-range engagements. As a result, she can maintain pressure in melee situations more comfortably than many other damage dealers who typically rely on avoiding damage rather than enduring it. Meanwhile, even though Lacrimosa has not yet reached her maximum level, she already clearly demonstrates the traits of a dedicated damage over time specialist. Her HP pool and defensive capabilities are somewhat more fragile compared to Nanally's, but in exchange, her attack stat shows exceptionally strong growth. This superior offensive scaling is the key that allows Lacrimosa to maximize her damage over time effects and continuously drain the health of enemy targets throughout extended battles. Now let's get into the part that most people actually want to understand: the skill kits and combat mechanics, because this is where the real difference between the two characters comes from. Nanally's basic attack chain, Colucci's secret skill, consists of 5 consecutive attacks that deal anima damage. One important technical detail is that dodging does not interrupt her combo sequence, meaning she can maintain offensive pressure even while playing defensively. Her active skill, Colucci Howling Technique, activates the Ichidaimi's authority state, increasing crit DMG by 30% for 12 seconds. Her ultimate, Colucci Ultimate Technique, unleashes 7 instances of AoE anima damage and summons Underboss, a companion that performs joint strikes alongside every attack Nanally executes during its duration. Underboss is the core of Nanally's entire damage output. It allows her to continuously generate damage even when she is not directly attacking herself. Her Fair Duel passive further enhances this playstyle. While Authority is active, any Esper cycle trigger activated by teammates creates an additional attack that deals damage equal to 60% of Nanally's ATK to the target, with a maximum trigger rate of once every 2 seconds. Her More Than Passionate passive strengthens the Blossom reaction, launching 10 Liebenbloom projectiles toward enemies every second. When all of these mechanics are combined, Nanally becomes a burst damage machine designed to unleash enormous amounts of damage within a relatively short window. She performs especially well in Blossom-focused teams built around characters such as Juyuan, Zero, and Hotori, where her entire kit can be leveraged to its maximum potential. Lacrimosa, on the other hand, is built around a completely different philosophy. She has 2 basic attack modes that can be switched using the aim button, and the unique aspect of her kit is that every attack, regardless of which mode she is using, applies 1 stack of the Nightmare effect to the target. Nightmare can stack up to 10 times, with each stack dealing Chaos Dot and benefiting from a fixed 50% crit rate. This creates an extremely consistent source of sustained damage that does not require you to constantly monitor energy bars or execute complicated timing windows to maintain it. Lacrimosa's Tomato Banquet passive is where I think she becomes exceptionally powerful in longer boss fights. Whenever a Discord reaction is triggered on an enemy that has already been broken, Lacrimosa automatically performs a follow-up attack, dealing roughly 400% of her ATK to that target. To fully utilize this passive, You generally want a team that includes a dedicated break unit, such as Daffodil, and a Discord enabler, such as Sakiri. When both of those conditions are met, Lacrimosa transforms into a terrifying damage amplifier, capable of generating enormous value throughout an encounter. She also possesses one of the most unique mechanics currently available in NTE, the ability to learn enemy skills by holding the aim button. After copying an enemy's ability, she can transform her fourth skill into that learned boss attack. This mimic system is completely unique to Lacrimosa and gives her a level of versatility that no other character in the game currently possesses.
But bring that question with you.
Now let's compare them directly across individual categories so you can get the clearest possible picture. When it comes to burst damage, Nanally wins quite convincingly. Her ultimate, combined with Underboss and the Authority state, creates an enormous damage window within a short period of time, especially when paired with already stacked Blossom reactions. If your goal is to eliminate targets quickly or clear groups of enemies in the open world, Nanally is the significantly stronger choice. For sustained DPS in longer boss encounters, Lacrimosa has the advantage. Nightmare Dot continues ticking consistently without depending on ultimate cooldowns, and when a Discord-focused team is functioning properly, her damage output remains extremely stable throughout extended fights. Nanally, by comparison, needs to reactivate her ultimate to maintain Underboss, which naturally creates downtime between her major burst windows. In terms of AoE performance, both characters are quite strong, but Nanally holds a slight edge. This is especially noticeable when dealing with multiple enemies at the same time, since Underboss continuously delivers additional attacks, while her ultimate unleashes 7 separate AoE hits. Lacrimosa certainly has AoE capabilities through her skills, but large-scale enemy clearing is not the core strength of her design. When it comes to utility and mobility, this is an area where Nanally has very little competition. Her anti-gravity walking ability allows her to run along walls and ceilings, and this is much more than just a gimmick. It's genuinely useful for exploration throughout Hethereau, especially when collecting items located in difficult-to-reach places. Lacrimosa, meanwhile, has her bat form through Sleepwalk, allowing her to glide while out of combat. It's also a strong exploration tool, but the two mechanics serve slightly different purposes. In terms of difficulty and ease of use, Nanally is generally more accessible for newer players because her rotation is relatively straightforward. Lacrimosa, on the other hand, requires a deeper understanding of how to optimize nightmare stacks and properly time Discord reactions in order to fully exploit her Tomato Banquet passive. If you're not already familiar with Discord-focused team compositions, Lacrimosa's learning curve will be noticeably steeper. As for meta rankings, Nanally is currently placed by much of the community in the T0 category, meaning she sits at the very highest tier thanks to her explosive damage output and her ability to perform effectively across a wide variety of team compositions. Lacrimosa is typically placed around T0-5. She is still extremely powerful, but she relies more heavily on having the right teammates available to properly set up Discord interactions. The gap between them is not enormous, and in a fully optimized team, Lacrimosa can absolutely compete with Nanally. However, her performance floor is lower if you don't have the roster needed to build a proper Discord team around her. When it comes to gear, Nanally's best weapon is generally considered to be Ready, which provides valuable ATK and crit bonuses. She pairs exceptionally well with the Fireflies and the Forest Cartridge set, allowing her to maximize anima damage while stacking additional crit DMG. This setup complements her burst-oriented playstyle perfectly by amplifying the damage she can deliver during her strongest windows. Lacrimosa, on the other hand, performs best with the Last Rose, a weapon that increases Chaos DMG when applying .TFX. Her ideal cartridge set is Diabolos, which further boosts Chaos DMG and crit DMG for dot-based attacks. This combination is designed to maximize the value of her nightmare stacks and sustain damage output over time. Both characters prioritize crit rate and crit DMG as key stats, but their equipment choices clearly reflect the difference in their combat philosophies. Nanally is built around fast, explosive burst damage, while Lacrimosa is designed to maintain pressure over longer periods through stacking effects and sustained damage. So what should my final answer be to the question of who is stronger? The honest answer is that it depends on what you're looking for. If you want a DPS who can do a bit of everything, from clearing mobs, bursting down bosses, to providing valuable exploration utility, then Nanally is the more complete and safer choice. She's easier to build, easier to play, and performs well across a wider range of situations. If you enjoy a dot-focused playstyle, prefer team compositions with more depth through Discord setups, and are primarily targeting long boss encounters, then Lacrimosa is the character who will likely give you more satisfaction when everything clicks together. And if you don't feel like you need either of them right now, you can always continue saving for future Chaos characters or invest your resources into Portia instead. If this video helped you better understand the differences between these two characters, be sure to leave a like and let me know in the comments whether you're on Team Nanally or Team Lacrimosa. I read every comment, and if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do so now. My channel is still in its early stages, and every subscription genuinely means a lot. I'll see you in the next video.